Hello everyone, my name is Lucario, and today I'm going to be doing a World of Warcraft class tier list. Just want to start off by saying that I am a little bit under the weather right now, and if I sound sick in any way, well, that is why. So this tier list is going to be not ranked on performance or what the majority of the population think is the most popular or what the meta is or whatever. This is my personal list of what I think of each class and as a whole. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Demon Hunter. I actually know some of my friends actually love playing this one. Unfortunately, it's not for me. So I'm just going to have to put it in C tier. I mean, here's my reasoning for it. It is right up my alley in terms of edginess. I love the lore with the Demon Hunters. It just, for whatever reason, I can't stay playing as them. I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. I never really figured out what was wrong, because like every time I play one, it feels exciting because you feel like you're in an anime or something, because the way you can run around really quickly and jump and all that and fly. But for whatever reason, I can't stay playing as one for very long, and I don't understand what the issue is. So next up, we're going to do the other hero spec, or hero talent, or hero class, one of those ones, and this is going to be the Death Knight. Death Knight for me is probably going to be a B tier. Reason being is while I'm not a fan of the Frost DK, I really like Blood as a concept, and Unholy has its fun at times. Like Unholy, it's like hit or miss for me. Like there are times where I really want to play Unholy DK, and then other times where I'm just like, I can forget that this even exists. And coming up with the new rework coming to the class where you're like, I guess more of a necromancer than anything, it might be more fun to play. I don't know, and this could always change later on. I'll probably do another like update to this later on, depending on what terms of like fun. So that being said, next one is Druid. Now, the thing about Druid is I mained a Resto Druid for many years. I actually think Resto is probably one of my favorite specs in the entire game. I will maybe do another tier list with specs later on. And Balance is pretty fun. Feral is pretty fun. Guardian is pretty fun. I like the concept of Druids. However, it's not an S tier for me, mainly because Blizzard has completely ruined what Resto Druid was whenever they removed Tree Form originally. And yes, I know. There's a glyph, you could turn into the tree. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's a glyph transformation. It's just cosmetic. Like, you gutted the ability of a shape-shifting class because, for whatever reason, I've heard reasons that people just wanted to see the transmog, or they didn't like turning into an ugly tree. I don't know. There's been many different things, so it really hurt me when they removed it, because I played Resto Druid for a very long time. And I was actually really well known in the game for playing a Resto Druid at one point during Cataclysm. It's been a long time, man. So, anyways, moving on is Hunter. Hunter was actually the very first class I ever played. I know, surprise, surprise, everyone's pretty much been Hunter. I picked it just because, I don't know, I just picked it. I didn't even know that you can get Hunter pets. Like, I started in 2007, and I leveled up all the way to 56 without realizing I could have a Hunter pet. So I was not aware. I just literally played the game Survival, where I did melee all the way up, which is probably why Survival is like one of my favorite specs ever because of that. So for me, a Hunter is going to be S tier. Like, BM is really cool. Maybe not now. Like, I'm not a fan of the way like current BM is. I've always been a fan of Marksman. I think Marksman's kind of fun. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. It's not 100% true. I think Survival is, like, way better than Marksman, and then Marksman pretty much became what old Survival was, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that, but it is what it is. Anyways, the next one is going to be Mage. So I want to love Fire Mage. I want to say I love Frost Mage. Frost Mage has actually surprisingly turned out to be a lot of fun for me to play. Arcane, however, I just don't have a degree in science in order to be able to play the spec properly. So for that, I'm going to have to put it at B. Now, I will say I actually enjoy it more than Death Knight, but it's never the same thing as Death Knight, where just one spec kind of ruined the whole thing for me. So the next one is going to be Monk. Now, I love Monk quite a bit. My entire channel revolves around my level 30 Monk Twink, and obviously. My name is Lucario, based off of my monk. So, you know, I do other things than just Twink videos. I mean, come on. But, I don't know, Brewmaster, I wasn't a fan of it until fairly recently. It's become more fun for me to play. Windwalker is always fun to just LARP around on and just, you know, do the Saitama consecutive normal punches. Mistweaver is just goated. I love Mistweaver quite a bit. I miss the fact that we used to have stances for it, and they removed it because Blizzard hates us. So, I don't know if I want to... Nah, I think it's okay right behind Hunter. I think Hunter had more of an impact on me than Monk ever did, but Monk has actually been surprisingly a lot of fun. Next one is going to be Paladin. So, here's the thing. When I played this game, I always said three things. Or I always said this one thing, where I would never play Paladin or Rogue. These two were always... I'm going to just say this now before we get to the Rogue part, but Paladin and Rogue were always going to be the two classes I never touched. However, I ended up loving both of them quite a bit. For Paladin, Holy has become what I'm playing at max level currently right now. It's my second most played thing at level 30. Holy Paladin is quite a bit of fun. It is significantly differently played at level 30 than how you would at max level, obviously for different reasons, but you know. I mean, Prot's fun too. I mean, Prot's a lot of fun. Retribution's a lot of fun. This is probably like the starter class along with Hunter. I feel like if you pick up World of Warcraft and you don't know what to play, a Paladin's always like a very easy, simple class to get into. So for that, it's going to be A. I'll probably put that one in front of Druid, just because I'm really enjoying Holy Paladin currently. Next one is Priest. Priest is a fun one. I don't hate the three specs. I have some gripes, though. And that being said, Holy is pretty cool. I don't like playing Holy too often, but Holy is a pretty cool spec. Discipline is a really, really cool spec. I really love the way that you heal by doing actual damage. It's a very interesting dynamic, a very interesting different way to play. Shadow Priest. While Shadow Priest should hit my theme, along with like how I said with Demon Hunter, it does bum me out with the fact that they ruined the Shadow Form. So Shadow Form is no longer this really cool, like awesome shadow form. You know, it's just become a fart cloud, and I'm not a fan of the fart cloud. Sorry, I'm very sick right now. But if that was fixed, this would definitely be an S tier, but I will put it at A. Probably... yeah, I'll put it right in front of Paladin. Because honestly, Shadow's really cool. I like the whole, like, we're playing with the old god stuff involving the spec now. This one's been really cool. Like, I don't hate Holy at all. So I think it deserves an A tier. Rogue is just going to be a solid B. I'll probably put that one in front of Mage, though. Rogue is a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoy it. It's just... I feel like it's just one of those classes that was designed only for PvP. Because, like, I always felt very awkward playing a Rogue when I do, like, Battleground... or, I'm sorry, like, when I did, like, LFR or, like, normal dungeons or... like heroics, mythics, anything like that. I always feel really weird playing a rogue. It just feels like it's only meant to be in a battleground. And I mean, that's fine. Like sub rogue is really fun. Like I can't wait to do the spec talent or the spec tier list. It's going to be a lot of fun, but you know, I don't know. Rogue is just, it is what it is. Sub is really awesome. Assassination's pretty cool. Outlaw is, you know, outlaw is outlaw. In my opinion, it's the weakest of the three. So because of that, it gets B. Shaman is just going to get D, and the reason for that is I just don't really like Shaman too much. I think Enhancement's the only fun thing about Shaman. Elemental, you're basically playing Aang the Avatar. Resto Shaman is just, I don't really care about it. I kind of wish I could forget it was even a thing. I know it might upset some people, and I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. I can't. Like, I try to play Elemental Shaman too, and I just can't get into it. Enhancement's the only one that I like out of the three, and I still don't think it's even good enough to be on a C tier list, but that's just me. Warlock, solid S tier, straight up. I don't care about Destruction Warlocks, but I will play one. Demonology, I feel like they gutted Demonology really bad. However, I do kind of like the theme that it is now, where you're just playing like a Legion commander, just summoning all the demons. If this was old school demonology, where you could actually turn into the demon, this would be much higher on the S tier. The old school demon form is just legit, you know what I mean? It was just awesome. They literally had to gut the spec just to make an entire class right here, and it just suffered because of it. Like, Affliction's one of my favorite specs of all time, and I actually got the green fire back in MoP playing Affliction and never did anything with it because I play Affliction. So it was just more of like a flex, you know? But yeah, I'd say a solid S tier. Next is going to be Warrior. I think Arms Warrior is awesome, but I'm not a fan of Fury, and Prot, I'm not really a tanky kind of person, but I do think Prot definitely brought it down because of the fact that they removed Gladiator stance. So with them removing Glad stance, I just don't feel like it's good enough to be higher anymore, and that's really sad because we really need a sword and shield DPS spec in this game. Like, yeah, I know we have like Elemental Shaman or whatever, but like, I actually want something like this. This is what I want. And last but not least is going to be Evoker. Evoker is a very new spec. It's the newest class in the game. It's very simple to play. Like, I hated that whenever you made one, the game was like, you know, this is a complicated class. It's really not. Like, I don't know who lied and told Blizzard to tell people that, but it's really not. Devastation's pretty simple. Preservation's pretty simple. Augmentation's pretty simple. It's a very simple spec. Very simple class. But I do think it is at least an A tier because of how simple it is, and augmentation is really, really awesome. I know not a lot of people like that because they really hate what AUG did to the game. A lot of people think that AUG broke the game. I disagree. But, I don't know, just a sport class, it's just a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, so, yeah. But, yeah, there you have it. This is my list of what I think are the top specs, in my opinion, in terms of fun, my enjoyment with these. Obviously, not everybody's going to agree with me. That's perfectly fine. I'm not upset about that. I made a race tier list not long ago, and people just lost their minds. So I figured it'd be fun to do another one. But yeah, if you have a disagreement, let me know. If you would like to rearrange this in a different way, tell me what you would do. And maybe I'll agree, maybe I'll disagree, but yeah. And as for the Shaman fans, I'm sorry. But if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.